You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Aren, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid.
Maze of Labyrinthian, said to hold Glamouril, or the secret of life. While stories have persisted since the first era,
The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched.
That surpassed almost any of either his age or
No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
An array so great, in fact, that it remains a source of curiosity. What then of this Glamouril? It means
Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
In an attempt to understand both our knowledge of the man and magic.
The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Skyrim could not be more different from elsewhere. But magic is the same no matter where you go.
Enchant? The local Nords may not like us very much, but they don't seem to mind having access to enchanted weapons and armor. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you. I need some more supplies. Can you help out with that? I'm running low on greater soul gems. I need at least 5 more, if you can find them. Until next time. If he could, Savos would float the entire college above Skyrim for all the Nords to see. Yes, well, so do I. That's why I was hoping you could help. Until next time.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
Please don't. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Feralda can teach destruction spells and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration, one of the best in Tamriel and always willing to pass on his knowledge. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic. There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way, we all benefit. Day-to-day operations are my responsibility, which means if you become a problem, you get sent to me. Mine is not a popular position, but someone needs to keep things running smoothly around here.
I work in the mine just like everyone else. Lady Mara will save us from these nightmares. You'll see. You're the one all the guards are talking about. You went into that sanctuary, wiped out the Dark Brotherhood. Friend, I owe you a drink.
Ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why,
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
I'm here to lend my magic to the people of Dawnstar.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend. Yes, my collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for. Let's talk inside. Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. Ah, yes, that scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Camoran. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, a blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Camoran used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood. Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather... It's no secret my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill. They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult, I've gathered in my museum. Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis. A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim. At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Good luck finding the fragments. Huh?
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
The mill is my responsibility. And that's what I care about. That's all. Understand? Don't know what you're talking about, stranger. I've heard of him. My father had suspicions about his connection to the mythic Dawn. Guess they were true. I don't need this. My family wasted 8 generations keeping that razor safe from a dead cult. As far as I care, it can stay locked in my house. The Vines know the mill could use some new blades. All right. It's yours. Here's the keys. It's locked in the chest inside my house. Until next time.
Oh, hello. Just tidying up. Maybe you need a partner, Just picture it. 2 women, the dusty road, strapping men at every tavern, a fortune in gold to be claimed. Oh, I'd get in trouble for that. It's not allowed. Besides, it's scary in there. Well, I suppose in that case it's okay to let you in. But only briefly. Be careful and come right back. Don't mess anything up while you're here. Someday, I'll be a gallant heroine. You make it look so appealing. What can I do for you?
Marty! Pelly, my dear. Oh, I couldn't. It goes right through me. Besides, I have so many things to do. So many undesirables to contend with. Naysayers, buffoons, detractors. Why, my headsman hasn't slept in 3 days.
You are far too hard on yourself, my dear, sweet, homicidally insane Pelagius. What would the people do without you? Dance? Sing? Smile? Grow old? You are the best septum that's ever ruled. Well, except for that Martin fella. But he turned into a dragon god, and that's hardly sporting. You know, I was there for that whole sordid affair. Marvelous time. Butterflies, blood, a fox, a severed head, and the cheese to die for.
Yes, as you've said countless times before.
Harumph! Well then, if you're going to be like that, perhaps it's best I take my leave. A good day to you, sir. I said good day!
Yes, go. Leave me to my ceaseless responsibilities and burdens.
How rude! Can't be bothered to host an old friend for a decade or two. Really? Oh, what kind of message? A song? A summons? Wait, I know! A death threat written on the back of an Argonian concubine. Those are my favorites. Well, spit it out, mortal. I haven't got an eternity. Actually, I do. Little joke. But seriously, what's the message? Were you now? By whom? Wait! Don't tell me. I want to guess. Was it Molag? No. Little Tim. The Toymaker's son, Huh? The ghost of King Lysandas? Or was it one? Yes! Stanley, the talking grapefruit from Passwall! Ha ha! I'm wrong on all accounts, aren't I? Ha! No matter! Honestly, I don't want to know. Why ruin the surprise? But more to the point, do you, tiny, puny, expendable little mortal, actually think you can convince me to leave? Because that's crazy! You do realize who you're dealing with here. Wrong! Actually, you do, sort of. I am a part of you, little mortal. I'm a shadow in your subconscious, a blemish on your fragile little psyche. You know me, you just don't know it. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness, at your service. Now that's the real question, isn't it? Because honestly, how much time off could a demented Daedra really need? So, here's what I'm going to do. Complete. Time to return to the humdrum day-to-day. On one condition. You have to find the way out first. Well, good luck with that. Ha! I do love it when the mortals know they're being manipulated. Makes things infinitely more interesting. Care to take a look around? This is not, I dare say, the Solitude Botanical Gardens. Have you any idea where you are? Where you truly are? Welcome to the deceptively verdant mind of the Emperor Pelagius III. That's right! You're in the head of a dead, homicidally insane monarch! Now, I know what you're thinking. Can I still rely on my swords and spells and sneaking and all that nonsense? Sure. Or you could use the Wabachak! Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you? Now this is a sad path. Pelagius hated and feared many things. Assassins, wild dogs, the undead, pumpernickel. But the deepest, keenest hatred was for himself. The attacks he makes on himself can be seen here fully. They're always carried out in the weakest part of his fragile self. The self-loathing enhances Pelagius' anger. But his confidence will shrink with every hit. You must bring the two into balance.
Dug your own grave.
You seem to be having a small problem. Or perhaps it's a big problem. Maybe the shrunk thing down a little first.
Dead and buried. Eyes, damn you! To death. Never should have come here. This what you want?
Here we go! Here we go! Ah! That's all you got? Here we go! Last!
Cleared out, I guess.
Here we go!
I'll gladly kill you myself. Dug your own grave.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Like the bite of a flea! Here we go!
This is finally ready to love and continue hating everyone else.
Yes? Got something to say?
You've headed down the path of dreams. Unfortunately for you, Pelagius suffered night terrors from a young age. All you need to do is find something to wake our poor Pelagius up. You'll find his terrors easy to repel, but persistent.
Bad time to get lost, friend.
Someone there?
Well, now that's something to crow about. With Pelagius up and about, you're moving right along. We'll both be home in no time.
Huh?
Oh, good choice! Well, good for me. I find everyone being out to get you so terribly entertaining. You might find it less so. You see, Pelagius's mother was, well, let us say, unique. Although I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, she was fairly average for a septim. That woman wielded fear like a cleaver. Or did she wield a cleaver and make people afraid? I never get that part right. Oh, but she taught her son well. Pelagius learned at a very early age that danger could come from anywhere, at any time, delivered by anyone. The objective here is simple, yes, simple. Use your Wabaja to defeat the enemy, but they do the same. is under the delusion that he's safe, which means you've helped him out. Certainly. And we're that much closer to home. Do you mind? I'm busy doing the fish stick. It's a very delicate state of mind. Fixed is such a subjective term. I think treated is far more appropriate, don't you? Like one does to a rash or an arrow in the face. But no matter. Heartless mortal that you are, you've actually succeeded and survived. I am first to honor my end of the bargain. So, congratulations. You're free to go. I have been known to change my mind. So, go. Really. Pelagius Septim III, once the mad Emperor of Tamriel, now so boringly sane. I always knew he had it in him. Well, I suppose it's back to the Shivering Isles. The trouble Haskell can get into while I'm gone simply boggles the mind. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Clothes, check. Beard, check. Luggage. Luggage. Now, where did I leave my luggage?
Master, you've taken me back. Does this mean we're going home? Oh, happy times. I can't wait to...
Yes, that's quite enough celebration. Let's send you ahead, shall we? As for you, my little mortal minion, feel free to keep the Wabbajack as a symbol of my... I'll just take the damn thing. You take care of yourself now. And if you ever find yourself up in New Sheo, do look me up. We can share a strawberry tart. Ha ha! Ta-ta!
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. If that is what you wish. Lead on, then.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore.
I can't take it anymore, Titus. Darn keeps pushing me around, and I'm not even doing anything wrong.
Maybe it's time you quit then.
And do what? Losing a job from the Blackbriar family would make me a marked man. No one would ever take me on anywhere else.
Don't let it get you down. Indarin will eventually tire of picking on you and move on to someone else.
It is our most favored company.
So, Branche, business is awful for you as it is for all of us?
Worse.
The bunkhouse isn't an inn.
The only way to get
I'd recommend
supplies
the
into
Bee and
the city.
Barb.
And even though
I'm off work at the Blackfriar Meadery. I'll be back there in the morning.
Well, let's all raise a
Come see me in the market if you're looking for the finest custom jewelry in all of
I'm
Skyrim.
feeling much better now, thanks to you.
lower your voice before you get us both in trouble.
Bolly is a good man. He pays us well and watches out for us. I used to work at the Blackbriar Meadery, but Indarin and I never saw eye to eye. That elf has no patience at all. It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better at fishing than working in a meadery. I'm not sure what it's made from, but I can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else. The Dunmer came up with the stuff a long time ago. Very illegal and very hard to come by. I got mine off a merchant ship in Solitude. Worst mistake I ever made. Look, I don't think I should say. I mean, they could kill me. Okay, I'll tell you. I get my skooma from Sarthas Idrin. He has some sort of a setup over the Riften warehouse. You can't get inside, though. They've kept that place locked up tight since the war began. I overheard Bolly say that only the Jarl carries the key to the warehouse. When I meet Sarthas there, he's usually waiting for me outside with his bodyguard. If it wasn't for skooma, I'd already be on my way out of this horrible city. All my gold, completely gone. Now I have to start over. I'll never use skooma again, although I suppose a little mead now and then would be harmless. You've been kind. I thank you.
You have questions?
Wujita, you're worrying me. You look so... well, so sad.
Don't worry about it, Svana. It's my problem. No need for you to get involved.
Look, if you're in some sort of trouble, I could talk to Helga.
No, please.
Out of my way. The son of the Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers. If this isn't about official
We're one of the
city
same
business,
kind, you and
you're
I.
wasting my time.
I'm glad to have met you.
I presume you have something important to say? Every day the threat of exile from Riften draws closer for myself and my family. Who knows how many spies the Empire has sent into our midst already? We're at war. This isn't the time for hospitality. Thank goodness Mother is keeping a level head about everything. If my brother Saerlund had his way, we'd be flying Imperial colors by now. Can you believe that fool had the audacity to speak of his love for the Empire in the plaza? He expects us to drop our defenses and greet them with open arms, to dialogue with them rather than defend our homeland by spilling their blood. He's a traitor, plain and simple. Had I been sitting on the throne, he'd be hanging from the gallows for his sympathies toward the Empire. If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamond works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. Thank you. Do hurry, please.
Lead on,
Until
then.
next time.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you.
Mother.
Yes, I'm afraid we're aware of Sarthis' presence in the warehouse. Unfortunately, we're certain he has informants within the city guard. Every time we've made a move to arrest him, he's escaped. However, if you take care of this discreetly, you might be able to surprise him without warning. Excellent. Here, this is the key to the warehouse. See if you can drop in on this dealer of poison and convince him to close down his operation permanently. Good journey to you.
My lady, Maven Blackbriar has sent word that she requires your seal in order to expand her shipments into Morrowind.
But of course, tell her she'll have it. Maven is one of the few people I can trust, and I'd be delighted.
If those Whiterun guards can take...
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Gleaming gemstones over here.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Lazy good for nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition. Return any time. You're quite welcome here.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
You know, I could have gone into that sanctuary, killed all those Dark Brotherhood types. But I was sick that day.
I could have left it behind. I could have put it back where it came from.
Huh?
Stop. I won't go back. I won't.
Someone there? I knew it! Enough of this! Ah!
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those stamped shopkeepers.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing, I guess.
Ah, Nivenor. What can I sell you on this fine day?
I'm looking for a necklace. Do you have anything with garnets?
I have a single one left. Quite expensive. Also, quite
Protect
elegant.
yourselves right. Buy armor from Realm.
I'm not paying for it. Put it on bonus account.
Anuriel, a word, please.
Yes, my lady?
It's been brought to my attention that the poison, known as skooma, may be present in our city. What do you know of this?
I believe it to be a falsehood perpetrated by the Empire in order to weaken the citizens' confidence in your ability to rule.
Excellent. Then there'll be no need to devote any resources to stopping it. Thank you, Anuriel. That will... Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you. It's nice to receive good news for a change. Did you recover anything else from the warehouse worth mentioning? Then there's no time to lose. It won't take long for Sarthis' associates to learn of his death. The source of the poison must be destroyed once and for all.
Are we still
Otherwise,
meeting
another dealer will simply take his place.
combat?
Do this task for me, and you'll be well on your way to a title in Riften.
I'll look forward to it then.
Good. Report back to me when your task is complete.
I presume you're me for a good reason.
Maven, always a pleasure to receive you. What can I help you with today?
Thank you, Lila. I wanted to discuss the protection of my shipments. I'm certain you're aware of the loss I sustained a fortnight ago.
Yes, indeed. An entire caravan shipment of your mead taken by Imperial soldiers. What of it?
Well, I'm also certain you're aware that our own city guard failed to provide the protection required to ensure safe passage of the shipment.
Indeed. We lost 3 soldiers in that attack. A sad day for Riften.
Quite. To be brief, I need compensation for the lost shipment. Since Riften was responsible for it, Riften should pay for it. I have payments to make, you realize. If I can't make them, I can't make Blackbriar mead.
We don't have enough to...
Lila, Riften is my home. But if my meadery can't be safe here, I'll just move it elsewhere.
No, that won't be necessary. You'll have compensation for your loss.
Thank you, Lila.
Never should have come here.
retire someday. Get myself an island.
Just ahead of the gold. Did he listen? Oh no. Always had to fight back.
Is someone there?
Is someone there?
Found you.
Come on!
That's it? That's your best? Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back. And wait, down on you.
You bloody weakling.
It'll be so much easier to run. I'll make you pay.
Guide me! No!
I thought about becoming a bandit. I decided I preferred clean clothes and fresh feed.
Unmid, my sweet. Are we still meeting later for... Did we have an appointment? No.
Of course. Your
was a
training isn't
delivery?
complete yet.
I can't remember. I'll look forward to it then.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you. Well done. Your continued efforts have been of great benefit to the people of Riften. Allow me to present you with this compensation for your selfless efforts. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold Concordat. Between you and I think his motivations are a bit more self-serving. He uses this holy war as leverage in order to pursue the throne. If he were to be crowned High King, I'm not so certain it would be the golden age his followers expect. Ah, there you are. I was wondering when you'd visit us again. I've been informed by my steward that you've made quite an impression in the Rift. Several of our citizens have expressed their admiration. Much like Miol, you've become champion of our hold, helping people with their difficulties and providing assistance for their needs. As the Jarl of Riften, I feel it's my duty to honor your selfless behavior by honoring you with the title Thane of Riften. Before I can present you with the title, there's but a single requirement you must fulfill. A Thane of Riften is expected to maintain permanent residence within the city walls. My steward has such a home available to you for purchase. I think you'll find the accommodations to be most pleasing. When the house is yours, return to me, and I will present you the title. Good journey to you.
You have it! You have it! The blessed Wabberjack! Wabberjack, 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 Wabberjack! Wabberjack, 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 Wabberjack!
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. If that is what you wish. Lead on, then. Yes? As you wish.
Once was a woman as fair as an evening of springtime in old Mackay.
Gonna start keeping a knife in my boot. Tired of getting disarmed.
Two threes. What was he thinking? Fool never saw me pull that ace out of my boot.
Mead.
Go
Killing to get
to
some
college,
every now and then.
Use your smarts,
Stupid honey.
says. Like I'm supposed to figure out which college he meant.
Me some skooma. Good stuff. Just one last time.
Wizards. Now that's power. Bet they got that secret magic. Can turn wood to...
And what might you need, I am the shadow at your back.
Retire someday. Get myself an island.
Long life to you, Thane. What do you need, my Thane? Certainly. What did you have in mind? You'll need to build a pen for it first. Certainly. What did you have in mind? Very good. I'll see about hiring a carriage driver at once. Certainly. What did you have in mind? Goodbye, my love.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. As you wish.
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet. Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet. Of course. What room would you like me to furnish? Goodbye, my love. Yes, my love? What do you... We have a cozy little profit. Here, this is your share, love. Goodbye, my love.
I am the shadow at your back.
Where do you want to go? Sit back and enjoy the ride.
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
I still say you should take them all out like...
The Jarl has put out a bounty to slay a giant. Here, take a look at this decree for details.
Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Travel
Things
safely.
change on White
It's
Rock.
dangerous out there.
If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
And let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman. It's so good to see you again. The divine smile on a charitable soul. A few septims for my supper is all I ask.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords. All right, then. I noticed a trail of blood leading away from here. Helgerd's taken the body into the Hall of the Dead to prepare for burial. She's a little crazy, but if she knows anything, it's dead bodies.
Large diagonal cut from left shoulder. Well, she's dead, but I guess that's not unusual, at least not for somebody in here. I mean, someone who's not me, that is. Sorry, was only joking with you. Not really. The only unusual thing is the shape of the cuts. They look like they were made with... Well, the ancient Nords used these kinds of curved blades when they embalmed their dead. I don't know who in Windhelm would even have something like that. Other than me, of course. I'm too busy tending to the dead to spend my time making more of them. And I wouldn't very well tell you about the cuts if I had made them, now would I? Now, I really got to get back to the body. Lot of work to prepare her for the grave. Large diagonal cut from left shoulder. Large diagonal cut from left shoulder.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same. For Ulfric? Well, nothing official. Known him for years. He seems to value my thoughts, and I'm grateful for that. I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time.
If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Stay away from the Aretino residence. The place is cursed.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
condition.
Defense, am I right?
I'd be out there fighting the Imperials right now if it wasn't for my war wound.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner. I've been following him for months now. Well, not actually following. Trying to find him. The guards won't help. The people won't help. I'm the only one who thinks he can be caught. Huh? What's it say? Woundfirth. There have been rumors swirling about him for years, as long as I can remember. But he's a dangerous man. That's why they call him the Unliving. I wouldn't approach him directly. This information needs to go straight to the steward. He'll listen to you.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I
The
need to
Stormcloaks
send
are finding victory across the land.
If by message you mean shoving
That's
a
quite an
sword
accusation.
through it.
I assume you have proof?
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a...
I don't want to believe it. Woundfirth has been a trusted friend to Ulfric for many years. It pains me to see that the Whispers had truth to them. Woundfirth shall be apprehended. I thank you for your diligence in getting to the bottom of this matter. The streets of Windhelm are now safe.
Whoever you replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I
you're
fear,
coming with me.
still need convincing.
We're finally going to arrest the
And
butcher.
let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. The people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, Fred. Tell me, Godmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you.
I know this place looks horrible. Please, don't hold it against the company. Sad, isn't it? We can't afford to keep the place running since these attacks started. Pirates, you see. Raiding all along the coast, from Hammerfell to Vardenfell. Only the Shattershields appear safe. A very powerful family in Windhelm. They run a private shipping operation and would love to have the docks to themselves. Wouldn't surprise me if they were in league with the pirates somehow. Not yet, no. But perhaps an intrepid person such as yourself could help with that? They have a dark elf who oversees their operations, Suveris Atherin. She's meticulous to a fault, and keeps a logbook with every transaction she makes. If it were to somehow end up in my hands, I wouldn't argue. They call themselves the Bloodhawkers. They've been around as long as I can remember, but only recently focused on our ships. A dastardly group, but they're more than simple brigands. Shrewd, clever, not to be trifled with. Our own security forces are limited, and all the mercenaries are tied up in this ridiculous war. We don't even know their base of operations, and attacking single ships won't really solve the problem. All right then.